What's new, crew? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Cassandra, and tonight we are making burgers and we need some burger buns. So I found a burger bun recipe off of Pinterest. It says that they, from start to finish, take 40 minutes. So we're gonna test that. I'm going to see how this goes. I'm starting them early this morning. It's 10 o'clock. That way, if I epically fail, I have time to retry them or run to the grocery store and just purchase some burger buns or something. So that's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna start with the hamburger buns, and then my meat is still just a little bit frozen, so I want it to thaw out a little bit more. And then we're gonna be making 4 pounds worth of burger patties, and whatever we don't eat tonight, we are going to prep for the freezer. That way, as the weather continues to get warmer and we head into summer, I have burger patties that are already prepped, made myself, and they're just as convenient as store-bought patties. So that's what's on the agenda today. So let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm also needing 2 eggs, some salt, and a little bit of vegetable oil, and I'm gonna use olive oil instead. That's my preferred oil. And what else did we say? So pretty straightforward. I'm gonna pull out my salt. I've got my olive oil. I'm gonna go grab my flour, and we're gonna be good to go. This is a brand new thing of yeast, so this is bubbling up amazing. It's activating a lot quicker than my other yeast was, because it was definitely a little bit older than this one. Here, I'll show you guys. You guys can see how bubbly and delicious that's looking already. So this is just the sugar, the yeast, and a little bit of the warm water. I bought a package of these tubs off of Amazon. It came in a pack of 4. It also came with 4 1-cup measuring cups for each of these tubs, and they're amazing. I'm loving them, and I want to purchase more of these, so I'll link these down below if you're curious. But they have made things so much easier. I love that they're square and they're not round on the top, so it makes it a little bit easier to get your hand in there, and also like refilling them and stuff. So I've been really enjoying these. This recipe calls for 3 cups of flour. I'm gonna throw in just 1 cup, and then I'm gonna throw in 1 whole egg and 1 egg yolk, and then I'm gonna give this a stir. I'm gonna crack this egg right in my scrap bucket, so my chicken will get the shell and the white, and then I'm just gonna put the yolk in here. I'm gonna give this a little mix, and then I'm gonna add in the salt and a 3rd cup of oil, and then the rest of our flour and water. Here is what our dough is looking like. It looks great, at least for right now. So I'm gonna let this keep mixing and doing its thing, and let it come together. Overall, that was pretty easy. So while that's doing that, I'm gonna clean up the little bit of stuff I have out here. It didn't take much, which I really appreciate it, because I want this recipe to be really convenient and just super easy for me to throw together, which is why I was really excited that it's only a 40-minute recipe. It's not something that takes all day, especially as we're heading into garden season. I'm gonna be out in the garden a lot, out in the yard a lot, and we like to have burgers or things that we eat off buns a lot, so I want something that's quick, simple, and easy to throw together. My dough is just now starting to really come together. I added about a 1/2 cup more flour than what the recipe called for, and I left out about a 1/3 cup of water. So just a note on that. But now it's kneading, it's really starting to come together, and after it's done kneading, all we have to do is roll them into balls, let the balls rise for 10 minutes. Then if you want, you can put your egg wash on top and throw them in the oven, or you can just pop them in the oven. So that's all that she wrote on the hamburger buns, but I'm really excited to give these a try. I'm gonna get these rolled out, pull my pan out, and let them rise, because Cleo is just waking up from a nap. So I'm gonna try to finish this off and at least get them rising before she really decides that she wants me. So let's hurry up and try to finish this off. So my mixer is still going behind me, but I'm just gonna lay out some parchment paper. Sheet quick. I think I'm gonna use a little bit of butter, because that's what I have out. We've got that spread out. Now all we have to do is take our dough here, which looks pretty good. I think it could look better, but for a first go at a recipe, I don't think it's too bad. I do think it is still a touch too wet, but I don't want to add too much more flour to it, because I'm afraid it's gonna make the rolls super dense. So we're gonna see how this goes, and then I can troubleshoot later if I feel that I need to, when we make the recipe a little bit more. But overall, I don't think it looks too bad. So, I don't know how many rolls this recipe is supposed to give. It says anywhere on here how many rolls this is supposed to make, which seems like an oversight, but 8 buns, there we go. Okay. So I guess I'm just going to try to shape this somewhat evenly. I'm gonna take my dough cutter and just cut out 8, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh, some of these look smaller. I don't know. Okay. So how you want to roll these is smooth on the top and to tuck your seam down on the bottom like that, and then place it down on the parchment. I tried to make these all the same size. I can tell that they're not, but hopefully as they rise, it'll fix that for me. But I guess we'll have to see what happens. So I'm just gonna finish rolling all 8 of these, and then I think I'm gonna take a baby break because I'm sure baby's gonna need me. We'll get her content, and then we'll come back and start pressing some burger patties. Some of those feel, these two feel really big. I think, I don't know. Okay. I think maybe like that. I don't know. I think I'm gonna get 1 extra bun out of it. So hopefully these are appropriately sized. I don't know. Like I said, we'll just have to see. Okay, so I am my rolls are taking a lot longer to rise than I would like to. It's definitely taking more than 10 minutes. I took probably a 30-minute break or so, got one of my kids on the bus, and now I'm going to be mixing up my burger meat. So I have 4 pounds of ground beef here. We buy our meat in bulk. If you want to watch a freezer tour or something, I can try to link whatever my most recent one is down below. But we buy a lot of our meat in bulk. So I like to keep I've learned over the last couple of years of buying meat in bulk that we like to keep our stuff pretty plain, and then we can make it into whatever we want as we want it. That way it's not super specific. And I talked about that when I talked about us getting a whole hog. We did that. We kept a lot of our sausage just as ground sausage, and we can change it into breakfast sausage or Italian sausage, whatever we want. So basically we just buy ground beef in bulk, and we can press our own burger patties to make our own sausages or anything like that by mixing it in with some pork or whatever. So these burgers, I'm just doing ground beef. If I really wanted to, I could mix in some ground pork and do like some brat patties, which I do plan on doing just at a different time. So I have my 4 pounds here. I'm gonna add in my seasonings. I'm gonna wash my hands, so pull out my seasonings, and I'll tell you guys what we're throwing in here, and we'll get to pressing burgers. Okay, so what I'm putting in is actually really basic. I'm putting in some of this special stuff. I've talked about these before. My dad got me these when he went down on a trip. I can't remember if it was to Florida or for Mexico, but it's basically just seasoned salt. So I'm going to put a good amount of this in there and a little bit of pepper and then a little bit of garlic powder. I would put in onion powder as well. I just don't have any at the moment, and I'm gonna season this pretty heavily just because it is a lot of meat. Okay, so I have my meat mixture in here, and all we're gonna do is mix it up. I'm gonna find my patty press, which I have right here. My mother-in-law got me this, I'm pretty sure, from the Dollar Tree. I've used it in a video before, so I've got that there. And for packaging, all I'm gonna use is a freezer Ziploc bag and these patty square sheets. I also got these from the Dollar Tree. There's 100 sheets in here for $1. It's a great deal. I use them all the time. They're just little square sheets of parchment. If you didn't have those and you wanted to do this, you could definitely just use parchment paper and cut them into squares. However you want to do it, it's totally fine. But I'm going to open up one of these bags, pull out some squares, and then just start kind of getting into assembly line and start pressing a bunch of different patties. You might hear traffic and stuff. I have all my windows and all my doors open. It has been 80 and 90 degrees all week here in Wisconsin, which is unheard of for this time of year. Usually it's more like 40s and 50s. It's been amazing. We've been outside. Everyone's living life. I got to air out the winter funk. This process is pretty self-explanatory. You just have to take your meat, get it in your press, take your press, push it down, and then it leaves you with a little patty. I take them, put it right on my square here, and you have a beautiful pressed patty that is ready to just slide into a freezer bag. I made these for postpartum meals, and I'm pretty sure I was able to fit 8 in a bag, which is really good. So I'm gonna try to do the same thing. My dogs are barking at the dumpster people. But if you wanted to, you could also cut up a block of cheese and throw that in your meat. I've done that before. That's really good. I did those with feta cheese, and if you wanted to, you could also do like your meat, your feta cheese, and some spinach and do feta spinach burgers. Those are also really good. So you can really do whatever you want, whatever your family likes. Like I said, you could definitely do this with ground pork and make your own like brat patty, which I'm definitely going to be doing another day here. Those are my family's favorite. We love bratwurst patties. It's basically just like a brat, but you smash it down and it's a burger, which is so good. I'm just trying to figure out how many burgers I want to put in each bag. I guess it doesn't really matter. We could throw these on the grill frozen, but these are going to be really nice to have for easy lunches. Get back from the park or get back from the beach on a weekend, and you can just have some burgers that you already had made, and you can thank your previous self that you have them to enjoy now. So if you're a smaller family, I'm gonna put 8 burgers in each bag. That'll make leftovers for us. And then, but if you're a smaller family, you definitely don't have to put all of these in one serving, or you could not thaw these and just throw these on the grill frozen. I've done that time and time before, and it works out. So I am actually almost through all of my burger meat, so I don't think I'm gonna get as many as I wanted to get done, but I can always thaw more and get these in the freezer. I am just going to make a couple and leave them raw because this is what we are gonna have for dinner tonight. So I don't need to freeze that many, I don't think. I'm running out of space here. I keep telling my husband I need a bigger island. But these are really easy, super great. I'm just gonna finish pressing these, getting them in the bags, setting some in the fridge for later. But next time I do this, I'm definitely gonna bring out more ground beef. And that way I know also how much poundage I'm gonna need when I wanna do brat patties, because I'm gonna wanna make more brat patties than burgers, I think, if that makes sense. And then that way, we can always mix and match too. We can pull out some brat patties and some burger patties, just asking the kids what they want that night. And it'll be really easy. So there we go, we got 10 patties pressed. Dinner tonight, dinner for the future. So here's my bag of burger patties. Super simple. I'm just gonna lay them flat in the freezer just like this. They'll power freeze, and then because we have those little sheets of the patty squares, it'll be really easy to pull them apart and just grab however many that you need, whether it be one or, you know, the whole bag. It just really, really convenient. So I'm just gonna slide these flat into the freezer. And they'll be ready for when I want them later. Just gotta clean up this mess. And let's check on our burger patties. Okay. So you can see this is what they're looking like. They're not all the same size, which I expected, but they are looking pretty good. They definitely look homemade. I think I'm going to throw them in the oven. I don't think they're gonna get much bigger than this, so we're gonna throw these in the oven. In hindsight, I like the size of this burger patty better than some of the others, so at least next time I make them, I know that I'm gonna want them a little bit bigger of a ball, because they don't rise. They do rise, but not a crazy amount. So there we go, we're gonna throw these in the oven, and the recipe says it takes 8 to 12 minutes, so. And I have all this done before it's even lunchtime. It is, let's see, just kidding. It's 11:40. So it is lunchtime, but it feels good to have dinner prepped, done out of the way. I don't have to worry about it later. We can get outside and enjoy the weather. And the reason I wanted to grill, we grilled last night, we're gonna grill again tonight because it is so hot. I don't want to have the oven and the stove going at the hottest part of the day, towards the end of the day when the house is the hottest and all that stuff. Right now it's still pretty cool. I have all my windows open, all my doors open, so the oven's only gonna be on for a little bit. I can turn it off and it'll all be cooled off in a little bit of time, rather than cooking something that all has to be done inside and heating the house up a crazy amount. So all we have to do is clean up and we're gonna be done. Of course, I'll show you guys what those burger buns look like. I'll probably bring you along while we're out on the grill, show you guys how that goes. We've got lettuce in the fridge, tomatoes in the fridge, all the fixings. I will definitely bring up some of our sliced hamburger pickles that we canned last season. So we're gonna do all that, and then I just have to figure out some sort of side for dinner tonight. We'll definitely see what happens. So I will see you guys when the burger buns come out of the oven. Here are our burger buns. They look fantastic. I'm so excited to give these a try later. So the burgers were absolutely delicious. 10 out of 10. I really like keeping my burger meat simple, so I'm glad that we kept these burgers really simple and just really got to enjoy the flavor of what they tasted like off of the grill. Plus, the burger buns were awesome. My husband really liked them, which means they're really good. My kids ate them awesome. So I think these will be the burger recipe that I use from now on. I'm just going to have to refine them and get them to be more evenly sized as we go. But overall, they were great. They were a good size, which is what I was worried about. So thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to hang out with me. And of course, I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.